Welcome to Sissygram Spicy Story Channel. If you like my voice, then hit the like button and do subscribe our channel for regular updates. Today I come up with whole new content of story. So, now let's start the story. Alina wiped her hands, covered in flour dust, on her apron, a satisfied smile spreading across her face as she admired the results of her morning work. There were golden loaves cooling on the rack, a pot of homemade jam simmering on the stove, and a cherry pie ready to be slid into the oven. Her peaceful moment was interrupted by Alex's voice from the entryway. "Honey, I'm home," he called, followed by the sound of his keys jangling and the soft thud of his briefcase hitting the floor. Alina's heart fluttered, as it did every day since their wedding 6 months ago. Eager to greet him, she smoothed her dress and tucked a stray strand of hair behind her ear, rushing toward him. "Welcome home, darling," she said, rising on tiptoes to plant a gentle kiss on his cheek. "How was your day?" Alex's strong arms encircled her waist, pulling her close. "Better now that I'm here with you," he replied, inhaling deeply to savor the scent of the kitchen. "Something smells amazing." "What's cooking?" "Good luck." Alina blushed and giggled, feeling warm with affection. "Just a little surprise for my hard-working man," she said, her smile brightening. "Come sit down and tell me all about your day while I fix you a snack." As Alina worked to prepare a platter of cheese, fruit, and freshly sliced bread, she listened intently to Alex's stories about office politics and boardroom drama. She nodded sympathetically at the right moments, offering encouragement and support. Between bites of warm bread, slathered with Alina's homemade jam, Alex spoke again. "You know, sweetheart, I don't know how I ever manage without you. Coming home to this, to you, it's like a dream come true." Alina beamed with pride, her heart swelling. "That's all I've ever wanted, Alex, to make our home a haven for you, a place where all your cares melt away." As she cleared the dishes, Alina's thoughts wandered back to her past. She remembered Joshua, but the memories now felt distant and detached, like someone else's life. She had never regretted her decision to leave behind her studies and embrace this new life. The transition hadn't been without doubt or fear, but as each day passed, and as she perfected her skills in the kitchen and homekeeping, Alina began to feel more and more like the person she was always meant to be. She thought back to the decision she had made after returning from her trip, when she fully embraced her new identity as a woman. Her mother, though surprised, had been supportive, teaching Alina the domestic arts and guiding her through the changes in her life. One afternoon, as they folded laundry together, Alina's mother had asked, "Are you sure this is what you want? You were always so ambitious and driven in your studies." Alina had paused, meeting her mother's concerned gaze. "I've never been more certain of anything in my life, Mom," she had replied. "Being Alina, being a wife, and someday a mother, is my ambition now." Her mother, eyes misty, had hugged her tightly. "Then I'm happy for you, sweetheart, and I'm so proud of the woman you've become." Those words had meant the world to Alina, validating her choice and giving her the strength to move forward. Her work at the Women's Center had been another transformative experience. Surrounded by other women, learning from their struggles and triumphs, Alina had found a sense of sisterhood she had never known before. She had immersed herself in mastering every aspect of traditional homemaking: cooking, cleaning, sewing, budgeting. Each new skill felt like another piece of her true self falling into place. The day her new identification documents arrived, officially recognizing her as female, was one of pure joy. She had traced her fingers over the name on her new driver's license, tears of happiness streaming down her face. It was real. She was real. Living with Maya during those early days had been a blessing. Maya had become a mentor, patiently guiding Alina through the intricacies of womanhood. One evening, as they painted each other's nails, Maya had said, "Remember, honey, being a good wife isn't just about keeping a clean house and cooking. It's about creating a loving atmosphere, a place where your man can truly be himself. Alina had taken those words to heart, pouring her energy into not just the practical aspects of homemaking but also into fostering the emotional bonds that made a house a home. When Alex had entered her life, it felt like the final piece of the puzzle. Their courtship had been full of romantic dinners, long walks, and late-night conversations. The proposal had been everything she dreamed of. Alex down on one knee in a moonlit garden, offering her a sparkling diamond ring. Some of her friends had questioned her decision to sign a prenuptial agreement, but Alina hadn't given it a second thought. She wasn't marrying Alex for his money or status. She was marrying him for love and the chance to build a life together. Now, standing in their kitchen as Alex made a work call, Alina felt a deep sense of contentment. This was where she belonged. She imagined their future, a seaside home with children playing in the sand, their laughter carried on the breeze. It was the future she had always dreamed of. The timer on the oven chimed, pulling Alina from her thoughts. She carefully removed the golden brown cherry pie from the oven and placed it on the windowsill to cool. The warm aroma of fruit and buttery crust mixed with the scent of freshly baked bread as she continued preparing dinner. She hummed softly, enjoying the simple pleasure of making a meal for her husband. The phone rang, interrupting her rhythm. She wiped her hands on her apron and answered. Thompson residence. Alina, darling. Maya's cheerful voice came through. How are you, sweetie? How's married life treating you? Alina smiled at her friend's enthusiasm. Oh, Maya, it's absolutely wonderful. I never knew I could be this happy. That's so great to hear. Listen, I have some exciting news. Remember that women's social club I told you about? They're accepting new members, and I thought of you right away. Want to join me for the next meeting? Alina hesitated for a moment. While the idea of socializing with other women was appealing, she was careful not to neglect her duties at home. I'd love to, Maya, but I'll have to check with Alex first to make sure he's okay with it. Of course, Maya replied with understanding. Just let me know. It would be so lovely to see you there. After hanging up, Alina pondered the prospect of joining the social club. She'd have to find the right moment to bring it up with Alex. Just then, Alex appeared in the doorway, his tie loosened and sleeves rolled up. Something smells divine in here, he said, crossing the room to wrap his arms around her. Alina leaned back into his embrace. Just a little something I whipped up for my favorite person. Alex chuckled, nuzzling her neck. You spoil me. You know that? Alina turned in his arms, gazing up at him. That's my job, isn't it? To take care of you, to make sure you're happy and well-fed. Alex's expression softened. You know you're more than just a cook and housekeeper to me, right? You're my partner, my equal. Alina's heart swelled with his words. I know, darling, and I love you for it. The taking care of our home and taking care of you truly makes me happy. I does what I want to do. As they set the table for dinner, Alina marveled at the simple domesticity of it all. The clink of plates, the sound of napkins being folded, the hum of conversation. This was everything she had ever wanted. Over a candlelit dinner, Alina brought up the women's social club. Darling, Maya called earlier. She's invited me to join her at a meeting of her women's club. Would you be okay with that? Alex looked up from his plate, thoughtful. Of course, sweetheart. I think it would be good for you to socialize more, just as long as it doesn't interfere with your duties here at home. Alina nodded eagerly. Absolutely not. I'd never let anything come between me and taking care of you and our home. Alex reached across the table to take her hand. I want you to be happy. If joining this club would make you happy, then I'm all for it. Just promise me one thing. Anything, Alina replied, her heart full. Promise me you won't let those society women change you. I love you just the way you are, my perfect traditional wife." Tears filled Alina's eyes. "Oh, Alex, you don't have to worry. That's who I've always been meant to be. Nothing could ever change that." Later, as they lay in bed, Alina whispered, "I think it's time we started trying for a baby. What do you think?" Alex's arms tightened around her. "Really? You're ready for that?" Alina nodded. "I've never been more ready. I want to give you a family, Alex. I want to be the mother of your children." Alex's voice was thick with emotion. "Oh, Alina, nothing would make me happier." As they drifted off to sleep, Alina's mind filled with images of the future. A house full of children's laughter, family dinners, holidays spent with loved ones. It was a future so different from the one she once imagined, but so perfectly right for her. The next morning, Alina awoke early and quietly left Alex's embrace, not wanting to disturb his sleep. She gazed out the window, watching the street come to life with joggers and dog walkers. A young mother passed by, pushing a stroller with a toddler beside her. Alina felt a pang of longing. Soon, she thought, she turned to watch Alex sleep, peaceful and content. She wondered how different her life would have been if she had never found the courage to become Alina. The thought sent a shiver down her spine. But as she made her way to the kitchen, preparing breakfast, she felt more at peace than ever. She had a busy day ahead, including her first meeting with the Women's Social Club. As she prepared Alex's favorite breakfast, Alina hummed softly, savoring the rhythm of the kitchen. Alex's voice from behind pulled her from her thoughts. "Good morning, sunshine," he said, his tousled hair and sleepy eyes making her heart flutter. He kissed her and sat down to eat. Over breakfast, Alex asked, "Big day today, huh? Your first club meeting?" "Nervous, a little," Alina admitted, "but I'm excited too." "Maya says the women are lovely." Alex pulled her into a hug. "You'll do great, sweetheart. Just be yourself, and they'll love you." After he left for work, Alina felt a sense of pride in the home she had created for them. She completed her chores quickly, preparing for her meeting with the social club. When Maya arrived to pick her up, Alina had chosen her outfit carefully, a pale blue dress, modest but feminine, and simple pearl earrings from Alex. As they drove to the country club, Maya reassured Alina, "Don't let the fancy setting intimidate you. These women are just like us, wives and mothers trying to do their best for their families." At the meeting, Alina initially felt overwhelmed, but Maya's presence helped her feel at ease. The women welcomed her warmly, and as the afternoon went on, Alina relaxed into the conversations. She chatted with Alice, a young woman expecting her first child, and shared her own hopes of starting a family soon. By the time Maya dropped Alina off at home, Alina was in high spirits. She hurried inside, eager to make dinner perfect for when Alex returned. Moving about the kitchen, humming softly, she felt more content than ever. This life, wife, homemaker, and hopefully soon mother, was everything she had longed for. She had made the right choice. She was Alina Thompson, devoted wife and homemaker, and she had never been happier. This is where the story wraps up. Share your thoughts in the comments below. For more stories like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you soon. See you next time.